The Trinitarios were back in court today, and one of their girlfriends takes the stand. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jack Frost, what's up, party people? Alright, so, yeah. So apparently, there was a court proceeding today involving the junior Guzman Feliz case. For everybody that don't know, that was the young man who had got attacked by a group of individuals that the government, that the city is saying were Trinitarios gang members. So there was a court proceeding today where one of the men that's being accused of being a part of this attack, his girlfriend was on the stand. And so I'll just let you see I'll tell you what the New York Post is saying. The New York Post says, the former girlfriend of a gangbanger on trial for the murder of an innocent Bronx teen held back tears in court Tuesday as she described how her Buell acted a lie to the cops. I'm going to not say her name. She's 21. A third-year medical student told Bronx Supreme Court jurors that then-boyfriend Elvin Garcia instructed her to lie about a wound on her hand after 15-year-old Lissandro Guzman was stabbed to death outside a Bronx bodega in 2018. She told the prosecutors that the pair had gone to New York Presbyterian Columbian University Medical Center in the early hours of July 21st to treat Garcia's severely wounded hand, which was bleeding after Junior's murder on the night of July 20th. He had a hole through his hand, basically. She said it was still bleeding. Detectives met the pair at the hospital, and Mina lied. She lied, telling them her Buell sustained hand injuries in a fight over her. That's her last name anyway, so. Did he discuss what he'd say to the police? Asked Assistant District Attorney Morgan Dolan. That he got into a fight in the park because of me, mumbled tearful girlfriend, who kept her head down and covered her face with her arms as she testified. Now, before I go any further, I want to point something out real quick. There were quite a few individuals. This junior murder, it hit a lot of females specifically in that area hard. Just in general, because us men, we absolutely are going to be torn apart if our son goes out there, 15-year-old son goes, any of our sons, but 15-year-old son who was just a light and no one had anything negative to say about it. He was the joy, and he was basically a positive individual that no one has anything negative to say about him. He was being raised the appropriate way. The mother and the father seemed to have been doing a good job, and then he goes out and he just gets senselessly attacked by no fault of his own, but just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Here in the Bronx, a lot of females just immediately, that hit them dead in their heart. No pun intended. That hit them right in their hearts. So when I say that to say this, when this young lady gets on the stand and she's telling this story that she's telling about what happened, believe me, when she was lying for him, at that point that she was lying for him and she did not know the details of this particular case, we can't hold that against her. Okay? Because I'm telling you, after the fact, the way that people gravitated to this story in the Bronx, especially the women gravitated to this story in the Bronx. I've seen women crying, never met this dude this kid a day in their life, don't know this family. And I've seen women crying, speaking about this. Don't know no one involved. I just want to point that out because I think, when we hear that she lied initially, we don't really get the understanding that she knew, for one, this was a 15-year-old kid. And for two, as far as we know, she thought he was just a rival gang member. And she was just lying to protect her man. So, all right, let's finish. This is the New York Post, by the way. Then it goes on to say, in reality, prosecutors say Garcia was one of 5 suspected Trinitario gang members who hacked Jr. with knives and a machete outside a Bronx bodega in a case of mistaken identity. She told the court how she and her pew had initially gone to Philadelphia to stay with one of Garcia's uncles after the murder, but was summoned back to New York City by police, who questioned the pair separately before eventually charging the 19-year-old with murder. Also, for everybody that don't know, they had one kid that actually, I think, left the country. And his mother or his grandmother or something like that sent for him and had him come back. Like, this particular case, it hit home for a lot of people. She said that at one point before his arrest, Garcia even pointed himself out to her in a viral video of the slaying while showing no remorse. She told the prosecution she knew Garcia, then her boyfriend of 6 months, was a member of the Los Sores. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. A set of the Bronx Trinitario gang. At the time of his arrest, Garcia's lawyer bizarrely compared the injury on his client's hand to the wounds of Christ. Okay, man, that's crazy. These people are just trying to get their clients sent to jail even for more time. Okay, so I'm going to tell a quick story real quick. I had a cousin. He was at a club one time. So he's coming home from the club. And when he's coming home from the club, it's him, his homeboy, and his girlfriend. Some dudes tried to jump them. And when the dudes tried to jump them, my cousin, he scrapped. So he doing whatever he doing. He ends up pulling out his knife. He ended up stabbing one of the dudes up pretty bad too. While he's stabbing the dude up, he ends up stabbing his own self in his hand. So I'm guessing that's probably what happened with the Trinitarios guy, the Los Sores guy. Garcia, he probably, put his hand in the way and stabbed his own self also. Court-appointed defense lawyer Stephen Kaiser claimed during a Bronx criminal court arraignment last year that Garcia suffered a wound through his left hand as stigmata before he allegedly attacked Junior. Okay, so basically they're trying to... These people... Do y'all know what stigmata is? Okay, there's a movie called Stigmata. Go check it out. Was the movie good? It was decent. Okay, basically stigmata is when an individual we don't know how it happens, but they just happen to get the wounds of Christ on their hands and on their feet. That's stigmata. This guy is, like I said, is trying to absolutely send his client to jail for as many years as his client could possibly get. They're not even... I don't know. That guy should lose his license. Anyway, Catholics believe stigmata is the miraculous appearance of wounds similar to those suffered by Christ during the crucifixion. So, yeah, that's what I just said. Anyway, the lawyer also whined. They literally wrote whined. The lawyer also whined that the cut was made worse by rough treatment by the NYPD after Garcia's arrest. He's complaining that a guy that hacked up a 15-year-old kid got rough treatment by the You know what? The trial now in its 4th week has been checkered with drama, with Junior's mom repeatedly screaming and sobbing in court. And I'm surprised. I feel bad for their family. I ain't gonna lie. And for the kid, this is just. I don't know what to say. Last week, court officers had to restrain and remove a screaming Leandra Feliz before Judge Robert Neary blasted her as hysterical. Junior's father, Lisandro Guzman, was in court Tuesday morning, but his mother was absent for the proceedings, which began 3 hours late. 2 defendants were also missing from today's proceedings. Neary said they voluntarily excluded themselves from court, but will not comment on why the pair who were identified were absent. Okay, first, I know there's people that don't live in New York City. They're probably wondering what's going on with the case, so I'm giving an update. But we have to understand, at the end of the day, we want to live in a civilized society. I want to live in a civilized society. You should want to live in a civilized society. In a civilized society, we don't ride around in cars and look for random people to hack up. So therefore, if we want to live in a civilized society, we have to remove people from our society with these patterns of thoughts. Anybody who think that it's okay to drive around randomly, choose an individual, and then mob attack them, gang attack them, they need to not be part of, because they obviously are not civilized, they need to not be part of a civilized society. This guy said stigmata. This guy's lawyer is trying to say stigmata. That's how he got the wound in his hand. Now, you do understand, I guess the lawyer didn't really pay attention to this. Stigmata would be wounds on not just one hand, but it would be on both hands and also on the feet. So I don't know what he's trying. I'm not trying to make a joke. Was he trying to say he has 1/4 stigmata? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying that guy needs, I don't know. Is he working for the prosecution? Anyway, let me know what y'all feel. Leave it down in the comment section. Everybody should be working for the prosecution at this case. I mean, I always want people to get a fair trial at the end of the day. But when your lawyer is saying things like that, it's like you're not taking your case seriously. You're also not taking the life of that man seriously, that child seriously. I was a child. I was a young kid. He was a baby. He was 15 years old. Not taking him seriously. When you come in your defenses, you got some wounds because of stigmata. What in the? Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. # Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. That's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.